Hey guys, so I thought I'd make a quick video explaining some tips that I've learned in a full year of running my own business. So it's been a full year of Ascennial, which is the ad agency I run. And I thought, hey, what are some of the big lessons I've learned so I can document it to help others and also for myself so I can rewatch this and be like, yo dude, you're forgetting that lesson. So yeah, let me just run through them real quick. So number one is grow slow. There are 3 full-time employees at Ascennial and 3 part-timers after a full year. You're gonna hear so many hustle stories where dudes are like, I've grown my business and hired 40 people in a year. Now I have my own office space. Like, yeah, if you wanna stress yourself out to the point where you're literally on 600 milligrams of caffeine every day, then yeah, maybe you can do that and you'll be extremely unhappy. But I found that growing slow is the best way of producing exceptional work for everyone that we sign as a client. And then number 2 is managing client expectations. So clients come to us, they hire us to do a specific service, in my case ads, but really that could go for any service they hire you for. And what I like to call is like nipping it in the bud and the butterfly effect. So basically when clients ask for something, you will sometimes think, oh, it's just a favor. It's easier in the short term to say yeah and then figure it out later. Or like it's on a Friday, they ask you at 8 p.m., you're like, psh, oh yeah, sure, whatever, I'll do that next week. And then you've agreed to something that actually might take hours upon hours of work. So this goes into my third point too, but basically you want to nip that in the bud. And then point number 3 is you want to document, process, and organize everything. So every time you hit a situation where you don't have a preset answer for a client, I actually have a document where I then spend the time to nip it in the bud and then copy and paste that into a document. So the next time a client asks me something and it's in a similar situation, I know exactly what to say. And so I also track all my time with Harvest, so I know exactly what tasks I'm spending my time on, how much is administrative, how much isn't, and that led to me to knowing when I need to hire and how much time it's taking me to do things, which is super helpful. And then I also use a project management tool. You might have heard Trello. Honestly, I think Trello sucks. I use Asana, which is awesome, and basically every new project I have, every new client, I literally have like 24 different tasks, and in each task I have checklists and guides so that I don't ever forget how to do the work or what I need to do to do it right. And then finally 4, this is kind of counterintuitive, but really it's something I'm trying to embrace more and more and more, and that is making sure I rest and making sure I take space. Some of my best decisions are ironically when I am the least worked. And so what I see happen is when I grow too quickly, when I don't manage client expectations, and when I'm not organized, often those all happen at the same time, I get really stressed. And what happens when I get really stressed? I do worse work or I make business decision mistakes. And so what I've been trying to do is just take time away from work, take a morning off now and then, and really embracing that, hey, really the lesson is some days you're not gonna feel like doing work. And you know what? Some days you shouldn't. Take a break. It was just so counterintuitive to what everyone else is trying to cram down your throats. Yeah, sometimes you gotta hustle and grind, but sometimes you should listen to yourself because if you're overwhelmed, if you're sleep deprived, if you're freaking hungry, if you haven't exercised in a while, like these things affect you. And so for me, one of my biggest lessons is realizing that it's not about just all the hours I can put in. It's not about maximizing the time I've put in. In my last job, I was putting in 60 tracked hours a week at times. And now that I have the agency under my own name, I've realized that was not working smart. There was huge problems there. I needed to hire people, not just do all the work myself. So now I can laugh at myself knowing that situation, but at the time it wasn't funny. So anyway, hopefully that helps. Those are my 4 big takeaways. Grow slow, hire slow. We are 3 full-time employees. You can start off with contractors, you can start off with part-time. You do need to hire a great team, so do that slowly and grow slowly. Don't take on more than you can chew. Don't get pulled in from the money grab. Number 2, manage those client expectations, nip them in the bud. Anything you do notice and catch early, it'll save you hours upon hours. So think long term whenever a client asks you something. And number 3 is document everything. Every time you have to nip it in the bud, write down your answer. Every project you do, document that in a project management tool. Download Harvest, it's $12 a month. I think there's a free version too. Track your time. And then number 4, for me, something I am a hypocrite on and I want to not be anymore is remind myself to take space. So this weekend I'm going to a cabin solo and just vibing with my vibes. So I suggest you vibe with your vibes as well and just make sure that you're letting your job, your business, the whole reason you got into this game was so you could have freedom. And at least that's for me, a big part of it is freedom and contribution. And part of that is getting to spend my leisure time making some music, talking to friends. If you're overworked and stressed, not only will you not get to do that, you'll also make way worse business decisions. So that's a wrap. This is really for all you out there and also for myself. I hope to do this a year from now once I finish year 2 of Decennial. And yeah, we'll see where I'm at then. Peace.